and welcome to another edition of Street Beat. I'm Carol Kane. Today we'll be talking about a subject of concern to most of us, money. The economy has put a big strain on the budgets of families, charities, and even businesses in Michigan. Everyone's been affected in some way, but there are organizations out there helping ease the financial pressures, and I'll be speaking with several today. Our first guest leads a financial institution dedicated to serving the community of Detroit. Hank Hubbard, who is president of Communicating Arts Credit Union, thank you so much for being here today with us.
My pleasure.
How long have you been president?
Since '91, almost 20 years.
And the Communicating Arts Credit Union, I know there are a lot of people who know about banks, but how does a credit union differ from a bank?
Well, the main difference is that we're owned by the people that have accounts with us. So banks are owned by stockholders, and credit unions are owned by the people that have accounts with them. And so our focus is different. You know, we're not focusing on improving our stock price. We're focused on improving the financial lives of our members.
So how many members do you have, and how old is the Communicating Arts Credit Union?
We have about 8,000 members, and we were chartered back in 1935. That was during the Depression, of course, and so we're sort of reliving some of those conditions now, and probably people need us more than ever.
And so are most of your members in Detroit proper? Are they all throughout the Metro Detroit region?
We do have a lot of members throughout the Metro Detroit region. Our concentration, though, is in the Detroit area. We have a main branch in Detroit, and we have our first full-service branch in Highland Park.
That's the first expansion, if you will?
Yeah, we opened that 2 years ago, and got a bunch of awards for being the first financial institution to open there in 20 years, and it's been going great. It's really...
What type of services does a Communicating Arts Credit Union, what do you offer that you wouldn't get from another credit union or bank? I mean, what specifically, if I were coming in there and looking at your services, what would I be seeing?
Well, one of the things that makes Communicating Arts so different is our focus on low to moderate income people. Probably 80% of our members would be considered subprime. Most of them are struggling, and so every product and service that we do looks at what would be good for them, you know, what would help improve their life. And so we're always trying out new products that would spur some kind of a help.
It's sort of, as you mentioned at the start, that the Communicating Arts Credit Union started during the Depression, and now you could say we are in a depression here,
right,
certainly in
absolutely.
Detroit and Michigan, if not other states. Michigan certainly is leading the charge in this area. How has that changed? You've been doing this for 20 years. How has that changed what the mission of the Communicating Credit Union is?
Well, our mission has changed a little bit. We were originally focused on the newspaper industry. Our founding fathers, I suppose, were on the printing press floor of the newspapers back in 1935, and they were trying to find an alternative financial option for their members who couldn't get loans. You know, back then it was like a $5 loan or a $10 loan.
Right.
And so they started Communicating Arts Credit Union, and we followed with the communicating arts industry through most of our life as a financial institution, and recently we've just seen a void of credible financial options in the Detroit neighborhoods last few years. 5-10 years.
I know you also have been involved with the community. You have your employees getting involved. And talk a little bit about that from your standpoint of running a credit union in Detroit that now is reaching out to Highland Park, other areas. How are your employees and what you're doing in reaching out different? What kinds of things?
Well, we're a community development credit union, and so our focus is improving our financial lives of our members, but also making an impact on the community. It's just one of the key parts of what we're about. So that's always in our mind. And, for 20 years I've been on an advisory board for the Academy of Finance, which is a Detroit Public Schools program.
How does that work, too? I know that you received numerous awards for a variety of community things, including that. What's the specific goal of this Academy of Finance?
Well, it's for juniors and seniors in Detroit Public Schools. and we try to expose them to the world of finance so that they can step into it upon graduation. And so my role, the things that I enjoy the most about it are mentoring the students. We have them in as interns a lot of times. Maybe during the summer when we have summer interns too, as much as a quarter of our employees are Academy of Finance graduates or interns. So
and learning about
really
finance,
exciting.
we know, is really important. I know, just real quickly before we go to break here, you have a Save to Win program for your members, and what's that about?
Well, I believe that one of the biggest challenges for our people in our community is that they don't have any kind of a nest egg to rely on, and so we're always looking for innovative ways to try and provoke some kind of savings. And this is a pilot program where we partnered with 7 other credit unions in Michigan, where each $25 deposit into that gets you an entry into a savings raffle. And so what do you win? You win cash.
Right.
Which is really kind of exciting. And the big prize was $100,000. Wow. So that's pretty life-changing.
That's incredible. I know you have won many awards, the Michigan 2009 Outstanding Credit Union of the Year Award, the Louise Herring Award for Philosophy and Action Community Outreach, and a variety of others. Congratulations to you for making a difference in the community here.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being here with us on Street Beat. And to learn more about the Communicating Arts Credit Union and how you can become a member, please visit their website at cacuonline.org or call at 313-965-8640.